This music's weird. I like it though. Oh my God, it's called Love in Quarantine. I can't dance to this. Just zen or zone out with me. Just two people do your puff puff, or no, your puff puff pass pass. Oh my God. can't wait till this song is over. Hey. Whoops! What the heck happened? Oh. Oh my gosh, sis. Oh, I love this song. I played this 2 years ago. And I'm not sorry. This one's good too. Still getting used to my wolf cut. I've been waiting for people to get done with their lives. Here's Sierra. Then Matthew. Is silly AF. I'm like, oh, hell no. That's not his red car. No way. It is. He's General Lee. Lucky him, huh? So I looked back at some of his shorts. This is Jeremy Black. Jeremy Black. Meditation drum. You gotta love it. Not sorry. Only one sound. Because when you dance with them, if I ask for heavier ones, they don't even make them. I'm telling you. Here, I'll sit here and freak out with you guys. This is why I used to be PCT as extreme, guys. Not sorry. Just keep smoking, it gets better. Okay. Oh, Lord. That's so funny. Radio static. No, you're hearing a lot of different things. You're supposed to be hearing all that. That's talking, and I don't know. Is it a radio? Is it a movie? I don't know what it is, but it's in the background of that song. And that song was called Drum Meditation. Is that just bizarre? How is everyone? I'm going to put these on the screen. Oh, dear. Okay, that's normal. Oh, look, we got Love, Colored, Whimsy, and Reed. I want to change the colored one to rainbow, and I tried to go in and do it, and I couldn't. Oh, Lord. We have all kinds of things here. You guys, I was going to go live like around, oh my gosh, I don't know. I think it was 7-ish. And now it's 10:04 for the last 3 hours. But Sierra, put your link in. Anyone else that wants to went live and did her show on the, what was it called? The 2 Dollies? Something like that. The 2 Jimmy Jams. And it was really good. And it really wasn't dissing or anything. It was just showing how he's changed. But, you know, he is a little older. And he did have a heart attack, right? You guys are so funny. And before I forget, like for real, Maria G's daughter, Charlene, she needs prayer. She needs prayer. She's dealing with maybe not sepsis anymore, but the blood poisoning. She had sepsis. I heard from Maria G. She's home from the hospital after 2 days. She's been on antibiotics for 2 days. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So that was so freaky. The cat was probably hiding. Every time I go in the bathroom for anything, brushing my teeth at night, using the toilet, whatever. I have like at least 3 cats. Well, 2 of the kittens and maybe the mama or something walking in. They want to sniff and they treat the bathroom like they've never seen it before every time because we keep the door closed. We're a bit nervous. They might chew on the shower curtain or rank it down. We're not really worried about a cat doing this on the toilet paper, like other kitty cats do, but it's really kind of funny. So Soots was hiding behind the door. Ginger was in the tub. I mean, the whole shower curtain is over and he's sitting there like they're hiding from me. It's hilarious. So they can stay in there. So, oh yeah, I know. I haven't seen him in a while. Oops, darn it. Oh yeah, you did. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh wait. Hit that like on your way in, you cool cats and kittens. Thank you. Well, I don't know what else I'm going to do. I never took lessons. That's hilarious. Monkeys. Screechy. Not sorry. That was part of the song, believe it or not. Oh my God. Look at that. Mary Jane Doe's ears are bleeding. Oh, this is funny right here. Just keep smoking, it gets better. Oh God, you guys. You know me. I have different intro songs all the time in this thing or on my shows. Oh gosh. Programmed now. Do you feel programmed? Sierra's in the tub doing scrubbity dub dub. Hey, there's Freeside. Hey, Freeside. Thank you. You're always a kind supporter. Oh my gosh, prayers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, Wiccan is in here. Hi, Wiccan. Whoops. Your music is completely, absolutely amazing. I've heard some of it on Lionel's. I listen from the bushes sometimes. Great, how am I? I'm good. I've just been kind of waiting to go live. Not waiting. I watched Sierra's live. Well, I missed the beginning. I didn't even know she was live. I still need to watch that. I think you were about an hour in, Sierra, when I hopped in chat. And then Chicken Snake was in chat and said he was going over to Matthew Silly AF, or Matthew is Silly AF. I just call him Matthew. It's just easier for me to say that. I think it's pretty cool. He's from the Midwest. You can't get more Midwest than dang Wisconsin, or where I'm from, South Dakota. Yeah. Put your chat in too, Wiccan. Mary Jane Doe, Sierra, Freeside. I got the cool cats in here tonight, the cool cats. So I always try to, I'm not really true crime anymore. It's what strikes my fancy, and I want to share with you that I find in my email on People True Crime. Not too many, not too much. Try to keep this channel pretty light if I can. Hello to the 6 in the Well, I don't know. Earlier when I did a little live and the goulash turned out great. My daughter said, I wasn't sure I'd like it that much, but it's so good. She wanted to know the recipe and this and that, the other thing. And I thought it was called mulligan stew too. No, the goulash casserole thing with noodles is goulash. The other one is without noodles. I thought just some people called it mulligan stew, depending on where you're from, or goulash. So it turned out great, and I have a lot left. And my son didn't want the bow noodles, so I made him chicken patty sandwiches. And yeah, so oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah. So okay, what was I saying? Oh, so the 7 now, there were 6. The 7, you're not in the bushes. We did watch Survivor a couple of days ago, and they're doing blood versus water, which is family, right? A father, son, a husband and wife, twin sisters that had actually formerly done The Amazing Race, which I've never watched, but I kind of know what it is. I explained it to my daughter. I didn't really watch TV in the 90s like I didn't, and barely the early 2000s. I didn't sit around at night. I was with my kids and nursing Parker till he was 2, and then just exhausted, from running around and picking up toys and going places with him while his father was at work, making the moolah, designing roads. For people that don't know, he did AutoCAD design, and he made really good money. And there's roads and highways up here, that are still there, of course. And he was good at it, and that's what he did. Yeah, having family members on Survivor it was such they got such good reviews that they did a number 2, and we're on number 2, which I believe is season 29 or episode 29. And it's funny as heck. You've got these people that have never even camped before, and they're given a flint. Is that what it's called? And they drop it or lose it or break it. They can't make fire, and they blame each other. And it's just, it's just funny. And then you've got people that are, firefighters, and they don't even hardly know what to do. And it's entertaining. So the 8 now, you guys are in the Coliseum where they have the duels. It's just a rocky, stony Coliseum looking thing. And you're sitting on the stone steps, and you're watching this program from there. And if you've never chatted before, feel free. This is low key. This isn't some big drama/crama channel. It's just kind of pass the time and wing it and stay in touch with my friends. And I never ever I didn't even know that was still on on the screen. The writing is so small, you guys. It's just puny teeny. But yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. So there. I'm going to be off I almost said comments now for a little bit while I read this story. I don't have a video or anything on it. I wish I could make this screen bigger, but Yeah, I just really can't. So what I need to do, all right, well, I'm just going to be reading anyway. So the title of my program is Goodnight, Cinderella. And that is what these situations that women and men, reading you a story, can get themselves in unknowingly, basically by people using the date RAPE drug in their drink. And one gal, this influencer from, I believe it was Austria, I'll read her article. She kept her drink with her. She kept her drink with her. Now, what does that mean? Did she take her eyes off it for 2 seconds? I don't know. But even people that are aware that their drinks can get spiked and they can be robbed, and as in the case with that model and her friend from that, I'm going to call him fake Hollywood producer, because I was reading articles the other day. He never even really produced anything. He'd have these wild parties at his house, and yeah, and that was the situation where and I think I'll cover that in more detail. They sentenced him a couple of weeks ago, and right now at the moment I can't remember what he got, but both of the women, they died now, from having too many drugs in them and all this kind of thing. So just bear with me. Okay. So the first story I'm going to read, the guy is in, the man, I mean, was in Rio de Janeiro. And Mary Jane Doe, if you can put the disclaimer in chat, I'd so appreciate it. I didn't take time to write it out in the description. People are so lucky that know how to just copy and paste any URL they want. I'm telling you right now, if I had like a Windows or a Mac or any kind of computer here, I've seen enough videos. I mean, you just take the thing and slide it across till it's all blue, and then you hit this and move that. But on an iPad, it's a little bit of a different story. So okay, this is the story. Now, shoot. No, it isn't. Not this one. Okay. I mean, I have it right here. I just pulled up the wrong one. Okay, so I'll read this one first. I'll just read this one first. All right, this beautiful young lady. Well, I tried to make it bigger. It didn't really work. This is her. Okay. That's probably more what she looked like that night in her pretty white dress and blonde hair and everything. And that's her explaining it now. Says influencer taken to hospital, says she was drugged and robbed at a party. Still shocked about what happened, she said. And this is what it says. Let me put this over here. Austrian influencer Vanessa Mariposa is warning others after claiming she was robbed and had her drink spiked at a party over the weekend. So this just barely happened. Or, a few days ago. On Monday, May 20th. Okay, no, I'm wrong. It was in May. May 26th, Mariposa, 32 years old, posted a video on Instagram revealing that she wanted to use her platform to share something really important after she claims that somebody slipped drugs into her drink at a party. This past weekend, I went to a party with my friend. We were there for about 3 hours, had 3 glasses of wine, and kept our drinks with us the whole time. But suddenly, both of us started feeling extremely unwell out of nowhere. Mariposa has over 800,000 followers on Instagram. Then she says, so you guys can look up her Instagram post. I couldn't walk properly, she said. I threw up multiple times and I completely blacked out. I lost all memory of the night. That's when I knew something was really wrong. She also starred in reality shows, including German TV series, The 50. Mariposa said that she later went to get checked over by a doctor who found out that someone had slipped date RAPE drugs into our drinks. I was robbed. My Cartier bracelet was taken off my wrist and my SIM card was removed from my phone. I'm convinced the people who did this had far worse intentions. Otherwise, they wouldn't have drugged us or taken steps to stop us from calling for help. The next day, I went immediately to a doctor and also to the hospital to check my whole body, and I'm still shocked about what happened, she added. Okay, so her and her friend were attending a rooftop party in Mallorca, Spain. Thankfully, Luca and his friend were nearby and noticed something was wrong. They took care of us and got us home safely. All right, here's a picture of her. Full view, very pretty / beautiful, right? Young. Mariposa explained, I'm sharing this because I want every woman out there to stay alert. Don't trust anyone blindly. Never leave your drink unattended. Something far worse could have happened to us that night. Please take this seriously. I love you. Now, there's that one. Some people aren't so lucky. And I'll say this. I went out by myself in my 40s. I was having a hard day and evening with my daughter's father, and he was here, and I slipped out on purpose so he wouldn't notice and tell me I couldn't go or whatever he would have done. And my daughter was small then, about 5-ish, or more like 4, because he left us when we were 5. But I wasn't gone very long at all. And I remember having one little draft at this bar. And granted, I didn't really eat big dinner or anything like that. But I felt fine and everything. And then these three young, I mean, they look like they were in their 20s, young 20s, black men, um, asked me if I wanted to play pool. I said, sure. But then they didn't talk to me. And I've said this story before. I thought it was odd that they weren't like, well, what's your first name? Or you suck at pool, or you're good at pool, or what are you doing here by yourself? Or I like your dress, or not your dress, I like your shirt. I mean, nothing, nothing. They were just silent. So I thought that was odd. But, I hadn't heard about the um, date, RAPE thing then. I hadn't, it was in hindsight after 4 years went by and I heard about things that I was able to piece this together because they asked me what I wanted to drink. I said a cranberry and vodka. And there was a lot of vodka in this thing and a smidgen of cranberry on top. So I took a really small sip. And I don't think I felt anything on the first sip, but like on the second, like I didn't even drink a quarter of the drink. I absolutely felt dizzy. All I remember is reaching for my purse. I knew I needed my purse, right? Because my key's in there. I was just, oh God, it was so weird. So I didn't say goodbye. I didn't do anything. And they didn't say, oh, do you need help? They just watched me. I mean, well, I don't know if they watched me because I was starting to like go out of it. So I grabbed my purse. They didn't offer any help. And I made it to the front door. I thought I could just walk home, I guess. I don't know what I thought. And I hit my head like this. I remember it was brick. And I went doom, doom like that. And I collapsed at the front door. And somebody called an ambulance. And the only thing I remember of the entire night is them sticking that thing on my finger and lifting me up. I don't remember anything after that. Nothing. So for 4 years, I chalked it up to I just drank too much on an empty stomach or whatever. I just really did. But I absolutely know without a doubt something was put in that. And that was at a place that is no longer here anymore in Bellingham called Downtown Johnny's. So now when I read these stories, I realize, how lucky I was that evening and how easy it can happen and how scary it is and how sick and completely out of it you are. Now, the next story, and I was amazed, you guys, when I shared this story over a year ago. I'm not just saying this, like every other woman practically in my chat was like, oh, yeah, that happened to me and that happened to me. And I was here and that happened. I mean, it was constant. And honestly, it happened to Dolly Vision. He talked about it. And he felt that the girl he was talking to at this bar, he said this on his live, was the one that they intended, right? This drug to go into the drink. But I believe he said they, drugged them both so they could get to her. And I'm not going to like make up details. I can't remember the ending, but they never got her. Jimmy said he felt horrible and stuff like this. I can't remember now. Did he say he passed out outside of the bar in some car? That's what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. But it happened to him even, and some gal. And yeah. Okay, so I'll pull up the next story, but I'm going to go to comments. Okay. See, I've missed all of this. Okay. Oh my God. Matthew is silly 8F is in here. Hi, Matthew. Yeah, I saw your ragin' red car. That's what I'm going to call it, ragin'. That's amazing. Maybe you're still not in here. That was at 10:16. It's 10:31. Hi, Wanda Steves. Oh man, are you able to eat yet? You said last time you weren't really able to eat. Bartenders in other countries actually mark young people. They spike their water even. Oh, good grief. Thank you. Thank you, Wiccan, for the copyright disclaimer and Mary Jane Doe. All of your bubbles are gone, says Sierra. 81 staples were painful with a young nurse. Oh, gosh sakes. You got food poisoning on the subway? Oh, you guys, you still have stitches and drains. They didn't order them, kicked me out 22 hours after. I have had shivers all day and a fever. Boy, I go back though to the ER if you need to. Killing Time was in here. I see By Killing. And we got Dill Hole 4603 with 2 eyeballs. Hello, Dill Hole. That could be the shit show, but he uses different eyes and he's the shit show. He likes to come in now and then. Yeah, roofied. There's the word. By three predators, unless one of them was going to do something and the others, I don't know, but I was lucky. KW 1092. Hey, girl, with a rose. Thank you. Thank you so much. It happens to dudes too. Yeah, I'm going to read an article about a guy in his 30s. I think he said 2 men approached him in Rio de Janeiro. And yeah, people suck. There's a few of us that still remain. Here's a David Jones. Hello, I'm here. Brew, subscribed. Thank you. You subscribed to me. Thanks, you guys. Thank you. I'm finally monetized. So if anybody wants to help me out in any shape, way, or form, it'd be greatly appreciated with a super chat or whatever the heck, you know, because times are scary. Brewer on the subway. Hi, Miss B. Thank you, David Jones, for subscribing. Good seeing you again. Which one are you? At David Jones. Blues, Eternal, 2, he's creepy. Who's creepy? Oh, dear. All right. Thank you, Matthew, for coming over to my channel and saying hi. That means a lot. And again, if you're serious about interviewing me, just, hit me up in my email. That'd be fun. I'm pretty transparent and pretty easygoing, easy person to talk to. Electric battery are 110 volt. Okay. Not over my head. Okay, so you know why I keep doing this? Like, I don't know. Like, when she cut my hair, I really like Julia, but she did razor cut it, but look how it's thicker. It's thicker on this side. Look at, maybe I just need to, I don't know. It'll grow out. When it's down, when this part is to here, it's already grown some in the last few weeks. Blues, you still have that rebel addiction, son. laugh my ass off. You guys are funny. I didn't know what LMAO meant for like, I don't know, the longest time. I didn't know until about a year and a half ago. Anywho, I got to get some rest. Super stupid day coming up. Much love from Mississippi. My channel is very crude. Don't go there. Well, you know, mine isn't really crude, but I can kind of be crude, or I used to be, I guess. People thought I was, but that's because I was on Dolly Visions, as a co host for 3 months on a channel called Uncensored. And I didn't know really what was hardly allowed or what I should say. So I asked questions and frankly learned a lot. And people liked me because I was transparent and pretty darn naive. I'm still learning about this internet stuff. I'm not the one who gives him money, creep. LOL. Okay, you guys don't need to fight in here, do you? KW not only admitted to gawking at adolescents at the beach, he doubled down on it. Ask him. I don't know who KW is. I love girls on YouTube. You're so funny. You like my shirt? Not sorry. Okay, no, you don't, but you made 1,000 videos. You wake up and go to bed with Rebel on your what? Well, you're sure not talking to me. Are you There might be more than one Rebel out there. Tattooed Rebel, friend of mine, is married to Tattooed Angel. It's called Content Dummy. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys are so intense. He's accusing you of being with some person, Rebel. All right. So let's get on with this. The next story. Now, here's another one, and this isn't even the Rio de Janeiro one. All right, I cannot stand all these little, I'm going to get in trouble if I show these advertisements, probably. Oh, come on. This drives me nuts. All right, I'm just going to show them really quick. These two men right there, they look like New Yorkers, huh? Don't they? Well, 3 men convicted of luring men from New York City gay bars. Can I say gay on here? I should be able to. All right, you guys, get along. Life is life can be short. I mean, you guys, I've already had a stress-induced heart attack in April, and I was handling the cyberbullying and the texts from my ex, and things of that nature pretty darn well. And I still had one, but heart issues run in my family. So here's the story, you guys. 3 men accused of luring men from New York City gay bars, drugging them and robbing them, have convicted of 2 murders. I don't know if I can say that word on here, so I spell it. Okay. Hello to the 15 in where are they? Where are they? See, I've been watching Survivor with my daughter. Where are they? It might be Guadalajara. I don't know. I can't remember, but welcome to the 16, sitting in the Coliseum place where they watch the duels and being here. What? Blues. People have been making content about Rebel for 6 years. Okay, this is a different Rebel because he's been making content for, well, he started when I did. So, or no, a little bit. Was it 6 months before me? And I had 2 years this past August, so 2.5 years. Okay, you guys, here's the story. Julio Ramirez, 25, and John Umberger, 33, both died after being drugged within months of each other in 2022. Prosecutors said several other victims were drugged and robbed, but survived their encounters. 3 suspects, Jaquan Hamilton, 37, Robert DeMaria, 36, and Jacob Barossa, 32, were convicted on all accounts following a trial in New York court. DeMaio and Hamilton were convicted of MURD, ERING, both Ramirez and Umberger, while Del Mayo was convicted of the former's MURDER. KW, tell Tina what you said about watching Young'uns at the beach. Oh, come on, you guys. Okay, this is the thing. I don't want this kind of thing on my monetized channel, and I'm not trying to be rude, but for all I know, this was planned. This could be even planned. I've already had somebody put a tape up of a real unaliving that had happened 4 years prior to when I first started my channel. And I was so shocked at what I saw, I didn't even know what I saw. It was, and I've said this before, it looked like a bloody chicken head. Now, okay, thanks. Thank you, Blues Eternal. Fake news Blues. If you guys don't stop the tit for tat kind of deal, like literally right now, I don't do timeouts anymore. I used to do timeouts, and I used to not even do that. I'll just block you both. Not to be rude. Not to be rude at all, because I want everyone to feel welcome here. But you two are making me a little nervous because I've only been monetized for barely a week. Okay? So thank you. Thank you for complying. Okay, so these defendants were motivated by greed, and their callous behavior left 2 young men dead. All right, I know the families who lost their loved ones are still suffering from so much pain, and I hope this verdict can provide at least some measure of comfort, said the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Okay, prosecutors said Umberger was found dead in his Manhattan apartment in June 2022, while Ramirez was reportedly left for dead in a taxi in April. Authorities said the men died from a combination of cocaine, I know I have to spell these words, and FENT, and other drugs. So the men used FENT to drug the 25-year-old before transferring money from his accounts, which the defendants used to buy thousands of dollars in sneakers and clothes. Good grief. Umberger was targeted in June. The QNC, also in Hell's Kitchen, okay, you know that program, right? With, what is his name? Something Ramsey. Okay. Yeah. Mary Jane Doe's my top mod, and now she's saying stop. I'm not going to ask Blues anything, and I'm not going to ask you, KW, anything. And I want this tit for tat to stop. So you got one more chance to not try to get me involved, because honestly, I don't need a horse in every race, or for people, well, I abhor those dog fights, but I don't need a dog in every fight. And I don't need a dog in any fight for that matter. Okay, that's it, you guys. No more chances. Okay, so he was drugged before being taken back to his apartment by the defendants, who then robbed him all over $2,000 and left him lying incapacitated on his bed. Okay, so, and the trio of the men were also implicated in the cases of other men who were drugged and robbed, as were two other defendants. So that happened. Good grief. All right, that happened. And the one that brought up the name Goodnight, Cinderella, I'm looking for. And it's bothering me that I haven't found it yet. So maybe it's down below. There it is. Okay. My last little story on this. Influencer says he was drugged, robbed, and RAPED'd after accepting a drink at a bar in suspected Goodnight Cinderella case. Rebel has drama that was not on my bingo card, says Sierra. Well, I don't know what he's going through. I haven't watched their channels in a while, because I have enough time to spread myself only so far. Do you know what I mean? And it's like everybody wants to do a live, right? Every day, maybe at least one. And even though my kids are grown, they're here. And I'm mom 24/7. Really. But especially being monetized now, I saw a little video and it said it's important to try to do a live each day, because a lot of people got memberships from AK-47. I mean, a lot of memberships, over 50 that night. That panel I did for 6 hours. And Turtle Talk bought memberships. I mean, it was just shocking. It was shocking and so kind. All right. Okay, this man is from Canada. A Canadian influencer living in Brazil said that he was drugged, robbed, and possibly sexually assaulted after accepting a drink from strangers at a bar. Not that Rebel. Oh, okay. Yeah, because Rebel, again, didn't start his channel 6 years ago. You know, it was like 6 months or something before I did. In a video posted on Instagram on October 31st, okay, of this year, Cameron Golinsky, 35, said the alleged assault was carried out by two men in Rio de Janeiro, where he currently lives. It happened on October 26th. Then I went over and I looked at the Instagram, saw what he looked like. You know, he's a nice looking man and everything, but I mean, it's quite scary. They got me to bring them to my house, and from there they knocked me out. They robbed me, said Golinsky. I woke up naked 2 days later, and evidence is pointing that I was RAP-ED'd. I filed all the police reports. They have CCTV footage. I've done all the medical tests. At this moment, I'm negative on all sexually transmitted diseases, he said. According to a police report obtained by Brazilian outlets, Golinski said he accepted a drink from two men who approached him at a bar in Ipanema, a neighborhood in the south of Rio de Janeiro. He said that he brought them back to his place in Copacabana. There's a song out there, Copacabana, where he lost consciousness. He woke up to find around $3,000 stolen and his cell phone missing. The case was registered to the 12th Police Precinct. The incident was classed as a robbery with impaired consciousness due to the use of a psychoactive, psychotropic, or tropic substance. The outlets are referring to the case as a Goodnight Cinderella crime, referring to similar crimes where criminals use drugs to rob their victims. So my situation, I never got robbed. I guess I could have been, and worse, but really I had nothing on me to even rob, you know? Rio civil police have identified at least one of the suspects in the attack who has an outstanding arrest warrant for another Goodnight Cinderella case. They have not located the suspect at this time. We're trying to locate him to execute this arrest warrant, they said. Good grief. They haven't even caught the people, you guys. Tea and Messenger broke my little YouTube heart. Not surprised. Oh. So I have some tea from you in Messenger. I'll check out Messenger when I'm done. On Instagram, Golinski said he'd been locked out of his email account and was unable to access his banking information. He said he'd be traveling to LA to reactivate his bank account and assess the financial damage on Tuesday, November 11th. The following day, he wrote that he planned to return home to Vancouver to spend time with family and get professional help. Right now, my safety and security are my top priorities. I will share more updates when I can. Thank you for your support during this difficult time, he concluded. In a video posted on November 2nd, marking his 35th birthday, Golinski shared how grateful he felt after the ordeal. This last week has been a roller coaster, which I would not wish on anybody, he began, adding, at no point have I ever felt like I was going through this alone. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for each one of you, he wrote in the caption. So, in all honesty, you guys, I haven't heard really this kind of thing happening, like on purpose and this frequent to men before. Just women. So, yeah. Is there anyone in chat this has happened to besides me? Or maybe you don't want to say. But yeah, I'm curious. I'll wait a moment in case anyone has the nerve to say that it did or it might have. See, look at it's okay. I told her I wanted like a shaggy looking thing. This side has more hair. I'm just going to wrap it around my ear, I guess, on that side. Nobody? Nobody yet? Nobody yet. Now, I mean, people, I mean, did this kind of thing even happen like in the 80s and 70s? I mean, I suppose it did, but maybe with, what's that other drug called? Now I can't remember. Not not ecstasy. I don't know. There's so many. I've done my share of, marijuana in my 20s and stuff like that, but I've never done hard drugs, And I did try COCAINE just a couple of times, and it wasn't that big of a deal. And maybe I didn't even get enough of it for it to make a big deal. But so I don't know what these things do to people. I've never used like that. And honestly, it's just probably kind of the times and everything. I remember when I lived in Vermont, where I went to high school, we learned that Washington State, and I never knew I'd be living here, like I never, had the worst out of all of the states METH problem back in like the 90s and beyond. Yeah. And now, of course, it's FENT and that kind of thing. And other states are dealing with that too. So, but yeah, I ended up here because of my ex being from Bellevue, which is near Seattle, and we remarried in 1995. And that marriage lasted 15 years, and I thought it was 8, but we weren't together the past 7. So of that, and then 2 years previous, 86 to 88. So I'm kind of confused, Sierra. You say T in Messenger. You have a big smile and then kind of a crying emoji or sad or something. Broke my little YouTube heart. Not surprised. Someone messaged you something kind of nasty or something? I'm definitely going to let Team Rose know that, there's people in your chat, right? Your show earlier, asking about her, wanting her to come back. I think she might, but I think she's taken a pretty long hiatus. And honestly, she said to me she doesn't even know if it'll really be safe for her months from now, No, men suck. That's all. Oh. Well, you have your boyfriend still, don't you? You don't have to say here. I thought I heard one of your lives like you were single, but before that you had your boyfriend. I should be asking you this on Messenger, not here. But it's just because you said no men suck that made me think of it. Yeah. Oh, that ended, Sierra? Nope. Single. Wow. Wow. You seem pretty happy in the situation or something. Boy, you guys, I like to have a Pepsi or a Coke once a day. Just one, not too many, And I bought a bunch of Cokes because I was tired of Pepsi. I drank a Coke yesterday and I had like a stomach ache. Now, maybe I drank it too fast. I tried to work it out with him, but nope, done with that. Wow. Wow. I'm going to go over here. Wow. Well, that's just weird too. I mean, you tried to work it out with him. Nope, done with that. Well, you know what? If he wants you back, don't go back. You know, just don't. You were right, PCT. I'll say that. Oh, well, if it has to do with alcohol, because remember I talked to you about that, then I know what you're talking about. If it's not that, I talked to you about other things too, like, yeah, I won't get into the details here. Yup, it does. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the thing, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, so many people, all right, so many people drink, right? I used to drink. For those that don't know, I did stop/quit, excuse me, in 2011. I wasn't downing bottles of booze. I just liked a cold beer now and then, not very often. And then I'd want another and another and probably another. And then I'd want to hear music and not want to be alone. Do you know what I mean? But like in AA, in Alcoholics Anonymous, I mean, we're not even supposed to say to someone, oh, I think you're an alcoholic, you know, because they have to figure it out pretty much on their own, you know. Yeah. And honestly, like the marijuana out there now, I don't know if I could handle it. I don't know what would even happen to me, how I'd act or react. I'd be really scared, like seriously, because I hear it's very potent. And I don't want any anyway, and I have no access to it, you know, or anything like that. But so many people, so many creators, and so many people on YouTube. I've noticed these past 2 years of even watching YouTube and everything smoke, you know, it's amazing to me. And it probably makes the time go by quicker and you're more relaxed and who knows. Well, here, I'll put that one up. I don't know. I would hope not. Good Lord. Yeah. Wow, there's 22 in the chat now. Welcome. So, isn't that bizarre? The whole thing, see, Goodnight Cinderella or Goodnight. Who are the male Disney characters out there? Well, it wouldn't be Goodnight Peter Pan, and it wouldn't be Goodnight Robin Hood, because he saves people. I guess it could be Goodnight Cinderella, Goodnight Robin Hood. I don't know. Oops. See, I mean to take it off, and then it comes back on, and then it just says the word show. You're funny. Aladdin. Mary Jane Doe says Aladdin. Yeah, that's good. Good night, Cinderella. Good night, Aladdin. And it's such a serious topic, right? So I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so I have a thumbnail of Cinderella sleeping. So that's the thing about videos, you know, you don't have to have a topic, but I want to have things on my other iPad. And yeah, I mean, I've just been winging it, you guys, for 2 years. This other iPad was sent to me before I got this one from a lady named Christy, who's just so sweet, from Dolly Vision. And I mean, I just didn't know a cotton picking thing, really, you guys. Is that Disney? Yeah, I think so, isn't it? Aladdin's Disney, isn't it? I mean, okay, there are the dwarfs. Goodnight, Cinderella. Goodnight, Seven Dwarfs. But that's just too weird. But yeah, it's a serious topic. Hitting the gravity bong? Is that what they're called? I didn't know you did those. Now that'll knock you on your ass. Does it help you to sleep? Look at Mary Jane Doe with the uh, smiley faces. Look. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Yep. Wow. I haven't done that since my 20s. People were talking about, pot and things. Well, Matthew is silly AF was playing his game. And I think you were still in there, Sierra, but I'm not quite sure. It was near the end. And I had to give the kitties their dinner because I don't just leave a bowl of dry out anymore. I did that for like a year and it didn't work for the older kitties. Um, I'm a G, PCT. Yeah, you are. But when I went back to the show, they were talking about that. So I chimed in and said, uh, I haven't smoked that stuff since my 20s. Uh, when, it ended up being laced with something, and I had to go into the kitchen and stick my head in the freezer so I could breathe. And Wicked West, who I believe is a woman, might even be a turtle over at Dolly Visions, I've seen her around, said, "Oh, that's what happened to you," or something like that. And I typed her back and said, "Exactly!" Exclamation point. And but I mean, the thing is, it had to have been laced with something because I couldn't catch a breath. It was really scary. And, my two different boyfriends in high school were real potheads, you guys. Like Eric Bresnik, I'm going to say his last name. He played the bass, and he was in a band, whatever. But boy, that guy was always stoned. I mean, he came over to my house stoned, for spaghetti dinner and to meet my mom. He was higher than a kite. I kind of felt like to be with him, I had to do it. God honest truth. Yeah. But so you guys were right about my little guinea pig and cat emojis. You can't see them on StreamYard. You can't fricking see them. You can only see them when you're watching YouTube on the thing. And I was just like tickled pink seeing them. Yeah. It's 11 here. That means it's 2 in the morning, Sierra. Are you getting tired yet? Because you have to tend to your son in the morning and read, love, whimsy, colored. The word colored is so dumb. I should have said rainbow, and I've tried twice now to get in there and change it. Like, there isn't even an edit to change it. So I need to, and then I tried to look up a video. I don't know. I guess I'm stuck with that. Whimsy's fine. Love is fine. Read is kind of doofusy. I should have named it, Studious or something. I almost said reading just because the guinea pig had glasses on. I don't know. Oh, Sierra. So did Zion get some nice things for his 17th birthday? Things like that. I was curious what he was really wanting, but I kind of wish I hadn't asked because, it's almost like if you ask, then you're going to get the person that. And I'm broke right now. You know, not yet. And I can sleep in the day. He is 17. He really doesn't need much. Oh, really doesn't need me just to lock the door behind him. Oh. He just seems like such a good kid. Well, young man, whatever, because like, when you do your lives in your car and you're waiting for him to get off the bus and he automatically just walks around and brings the groceries in, and he doesn't like quibble about it, that I ever have seen yet. And that means he wants to help you. He cares. It's really neat. I don't go through that situation as much here with mine. My daughter's extremely helpful. Yeah. Okay, that's right. Oh, you're going this Saturday to the nice restaurant to have steak or something? Mary Jane Doe Hearts. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys, has anyone heard anything about that guy in Wenatchee, which is, how many hours is that from me? I think it's something like 5, and it's the direction of where it gets so gosh darn hot in Washington. I've never been there, but the pug dog that I used to walk to the AA hall and took care of a lot those 5 years, the owner, Monique, she was older than me, moved there to be close to her family. Um, I don't know why anyone would want to. I don't know. Seriously, you guys, they've had really bad fires, nearly burning the whole dang town down. It gets blistering hot over there. But they said, now, some of them are saying it's for sure him, some of the detectives and police and whatnot. But the other people, it's either the FBI is saying it's him, but the state police and this kind of thing are saying they're not sure. So close to the camp. They said it was, what did they say? Not even a mile. We're talking like yards away. So if it's like 100 yards away where they found this father who, basically, trigger warning in the chat, fixated his 3 adorable daughters. Imagine how frightened they were and confused and just sick. Anyway, there are creators out there that were like, oh, he's too arrogant to off himself or unalive himself. No, because there was a time before he got so mentally out there that he really loved those girls and was a good father. But he cracked. And there's no excuse, and I'm not making it for him, but they believe that green t-shirt or whatever color it was, the one, I think he had blue on when he went up to that door, and he's seen in the door camera. But there's one where he had like a bright green t-shirt or something when he got in a fender bender and the cops came and he was a nervous wreck. And that's out there. And they believe with that shirt and these male remains, it's him. And I believe it too. So, you creators out there were wrong. I had been saying all along, he's not going to skip over or try to get to Canada and live some kind of life. In all honesty, arrogant, narcissistic people like that, they're so used to having, what they want, they can't live without it, kind of deal. And frankly, if P. Diddy got more time than he did, I don't think he'd want to, I don't think he'd be allegedly, or they say, making homemade wine in the prison and getting wasted. But I guess he's having a good time, huh? My ex, Chuck, told me, you can get more drugs and even alcohol because it's made there in the prisons. I mean, it's just easy. So, he had a real drug problem and everything. And I don't really know what he did in there. I stopped talking to him. It got brought up on Mark T's live last night. And, or I brought it up because I asked the guys, Mark T and this guy, Incel X, if they had ever been to prison. They were asking me questions, so I brought that up. And yeah, but there comes a time when you know that your health is being jeopardized by either the past or because what people that are in prison like that, they're stuck in the past. You can't blame them. So these letters I would get from him were like, oh, when you were in your blue swimming suit laying on the rocks and we got to go to church on Sunday. I mean, that's what's so weird. People don't understand. He's in a correctional center at this point, okay, before he ended up going to prison for 4 years and then getting out and robbing a bank and getting 39, okay? But when he was in the correctional center, and I'm sure they don't do that now, or do they? They literally would have a van there. I would get to the correctional center. I would be in the back of the van, and they would let men that wanted to go to a real church, because this is a correctional center, get in. And Chuck got in. And we were actually able to, I mean, it's so weird when you think about it, hold hands, try to touch each other, however we could, hint, hint, and go to this white church about, it was a good 40 minutes away. I'm not making any of this up. And we actually, shame on me, in hindsight, did it in this church. It's the truth. One time, was scared to death we were going to get found out. And then there was this area where people would swim if they wanted to when church was over. He never did, but I did. And he still talks about that, the way you were laying on the rock and your hair and the this and that. And it's, when I wrote back to him, yeah, yeah. You guys, the things I say up here, if they weren't true, I wouldn't flip and say them, but they are. I mean, I speak the truth. Okay. And my life, my past life is flippin' bizarre. I mean, it really is, you guys. And people think I'm just this priss that hasn't really been through anything in life because my voice is high. But as I get older, it's getting a little more scratchy. And no, I've been through a lot. I mean, not as much as other people, maybe, that kind of thing. But yeah, the relationship with him, I mean, it was just bizarre. I got a picture of him with a shaved head, and he was Aryan Nation. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And this was after he robbed the bank. I mean, I don't even like saying it. It's so bizarre. The only reason I can say it is nobody was hurt. But psychologically, I'm sure they were, right? Frightened and whatnot. You've never skinny dipped. Wow. I've only done it twice, at a pool at night and at the beach or at the lake, Lake Champlain in Burlington, Vermont. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, but, it's after having some drinks and that kind of thing back in the olden days. I can't believe AK-47 was saying how many times he had streaked in the 90s. I didn't know people did that even back then. When you get skinny again, you will one day. Well, your vibration plate, is that what it's called? I mean, if you're feeling a difference, and I believe I'm seeing a difference in your TikTok videos. I mean, oh, Sierra. Yeah, I don't anymore. I felt kind of like, I was shy and whatnot in my 20s. Things were different back then. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, good grief. Betamon 6. Betamon 6. He says, "Hi, Mom. Well, watch, ladies. Hold your man tight." Oh, you're so funny. Betamon 6. I hope you're 18 and over, or 18. Should be 21 to watch my stuff. There's someone else that comes in here now and then and says, hi, Mom. And it's probably literally this person with a different avatar. Has anyone seen Rapper lately? Remember Rapper? He came in as the Dr. Pepper can a lot. I hope he's okay. He gets depressed, and I mean, he's admitted to this stuff. Has anyone seen him around? Probably, right? Not really. You haven't either, Mary Jane Doe? Because, I mean, you guys go more places than me. Like, I don't know if Mary Jane Doe goes to Queen Bee, but Sierra, you do, or you used to. And, You saw him in someone's chat a week ago. Okay. And I was actually getting concerned about Three Dot, him not being around at all. And then literally, um, he wrote in the comments, hey, not what's up, but hey, something. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're still alive. Like, hadn't heard from him in 3 months or more. And then he admitted up on my live, and T Rose was up there briefly and everything. The last StreamYard I did before this one, that he was trying to find out if he was addicted to YouTube, and he purposely stayed off of it for a while. And he feels that he is. I'm pretty sure he said that. Well, it can become pretty darn addicting. It can. But wow. Yeah, so you guys, I've been live an hour and 45 minutes. I'll just take the panel thing off. I know you're not going to come up, Sierra, because you've got to be getting tired. And I'm a little tired. It's 11:30 at night. And thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I do. And please hit the like. Please subscribe to me if you're willing to. Thank you for the recent subscribers and the ones in the past. And shout out to Matthew is Silly AF, his channel. Someone wants to put it in the link, and Sierra Queen in the link. Put his link in the chat, and Sierra Queen Pin Clark. And just, check her out. Betamon 6. If you're 18, check her out. She's funny. She's witty. She's very smart. You really are, Sierra. You're a really smart woman. And yeah, you can just tell the people that had a good high school, had a good education, because I honestly don't believe, and I don't know if you went to college, but I don't believe college decides if someone is intelligent or smart. I only went for 1 semester, and I know I'm smart. I know I'm intelligent. I can be naive about things and a little over trusting and things like that. But no. I mean, I did something right. If I could, make it past the age of 40, the way I was partying and taking risks in life and hitching from Vermont to flipping Canada, and things like that. I mean, I think back. But prayers again for Charlene, Maria G's daughter. She had sepsis, 2 days in the hospital due to a cyst on her lower back that was red and puffy and hot, and she was in agony. And they drained it and packed it, made her stay another whole night. And Maria G hopped in my chat earlier when I was filming the kitties and my goulash and the rain and my Thanksgiving items in the living room, and said that she's home now, but they're actually leaving a bed available for Charlene for an entire month in case she has to come back. So if people would be willing to put prayers in the chat for sweet Charlene. She's only 16. She's been through a lot in her life already. I'll just leave it at that. And we all love Maria G too. This is very taxing and scary time for Maria G too. I told her, I said, take care of yourself the best you can because heart attacks and strokes are silent killers in women mostly. We have different symptoms. So I'm going to go now. Yeah. Thank you, Mary Jane Doe. Well, it was nice of him to hop in here. Yeah. Yeah, Sierra, you have been there with your son and his, was it encephalitis or whatever that thing was called? Not that thing, but oh, look at that. Wow. Yeah, it's scary. And I've been through things with my son, him running away and ending up at the mental ward. And then the previous year, him being there. And when your own brain torments you, it's fucking hell. Oh, autoimmune encephalitis. Wow, Sierra. Wow. You know, and it just came out of the blue because you were telling me, whoops, in Messenger, I think you said he got up. I think he got ready for school. This was a good 2 years ago, right? And then he didn't want to go to school because he didn't feel good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you did good. I saw your little videos of you at the hospital and waiting in the hall and yeah. All right, you guys. Prayers for anybody that needs them. Thank you so much. This used to be PCT is extreme, and now I'm brood awakening. I've yet to have coffee in the morning with you guys, possibly someday. Thanks so much. Look at the cup half full, not half empty. That's what I try to do every day. Thanks, you guys. Love you all.